Hi beautiful, this is Diane here. I've been on this journey of discovery of what relationships are, what they're about, what love is, what makes some relationships fulfilling and loving and connected and others completely miserable. I've been on this journey for more than 25 years, believe it or not. And it all started when I was about 10 years old. And I realized that my parents' marriage of 10 years was disintegrating. And it was not a very pretty process. And it took them 9 years to actually go through the whole divorce process. And it was even worse than the marriage towards the last years of their togetherness. And I've witnessed a lot of very destructive behavior, abusive, uncaring, disrespectful, hateful, and I could not understand. Both my parents are good people. They're capable of loving and caring for others. At first, when they met, they loved each other. I saw a lot of proofs of that. They cared for one another. They wanted to be together. They had this feeling of love for one another. And yet, this emotion disappeared. And so why did it disappear? How come? What happened? Initially, they were compatible in many respects. And towards the end of their relationship, they felt they were not compatible at all. I had a lot of questions. And it took me more than 25 years to come to some conclusions that I believe are very helpful to share with the rest of the world. And when I met my husband more than 10 years ago, I did not want to reproduce this scheme, the behaviors, the thoughts, the emotions that was going on in my childhood. So I was really aware that I needed to up my skills at becoming better as a wife, as a loving partner. I had some skills to learn, and I had some patterns of thinking and behaving that I needed to change, because what I had learned from my childhood, from witnessing my parents in this turmoil, I had some actions and reactions that were really not helping my marriage at all. At the same time as meeting my husband, almost at the same time, I was delving a lot more into studying, research about relationships, about love, and not only from the life coaching aspects of it, but also from ancient wisdom and from therapists and researchers in social studies. I started to see the patterns. There are some patterns of relationship behaviors and relationship mindset that create love and connection, and there are others that create the opposite, to the point of destruction. There is so much to learn about it, but once you understand, once you see the main principles, and once you find a way to put these principles into practice and to create that shift within yourself, you can be the catalyst for a change in your relationship dynamic, even if the other one is not interested in having any of it. I really believe that the quality of our relationships really determine the quality of our lives in general. You may have all the money of the world. You may have a very fit, trained body and be athletic and everything. You may have great social status. If your relationships are in disarray or disconnected, you don't have the most valuable things. You are not happy. And so I love to take this approach of what Robin Sharma calls the deathbed mentality. And it sounds a little gloomy, but it's not. It helps you to put things into perspective. At the end of my life, let's say when I'm 80, 90, 100 years old, and I'm on my deathbed, and I look back at my life in a flash, what truly mattered to me? What is it that I missed? What opportunities for expressing who I am, for expressing and extending my love, my understanding, my compassion, and my ability to receive all of those things as well. What have I missed? Because you see, I don't want to live with any regrets about my relationships, because this is the field where I can truly be who I am. The good shows up, the bad shows up. all the triggers, they happen in intimate relationships. They're not going to happen with your boss, because you're not going to put some things under wraps. They're not going to happen with some of the acquaintances you have on the street. They might not even happen with some of your friends whom you see once in a while. But in the close-knit relationships, the ones with your spouse, your partner, the ones with your children, your siblings, your parents, a lot of this stuff comes up. We all have an opportunity to look within ourselves and to remove the not so healthy patterns of thinking and behaving that create disconnection. We have an opportunity to build ourselves up and to work on our own worthiness, our own trustworthiness, and to extend this out into our relationships particularly. That's what matters to me, and I believe that it matters to a lot of people, because when you ask older folks what is it that they most regret, it's usually things that they have not done. Things that they have put as a second priority to the rest. And relationships are a major priority in people's lives. So what I'd like to share with you is what I have learned in this process of 25 years of learning, because there is a recipe. There is a recipe for nurturing relationships, and there is a recipe for losing the connection, losing the sense of belonging and love as well. And it's not true what they say, love is not an emotion. That is wrong. So if you're basing your whole relationship by the thought that you need to have this emotion of love, and if it's no longer there, that means you didn't love the person to start with, or that the love is gone and who knows what happened to the love. This is wrong. Love is a state of being. It's awareness. It's a recognition in the other. It's seeing the other in yourself and seeing yourself in the other. That's the true meaning of love. And therefore, a loving relationship is one where the beingness of love is put into practice and action. It's not just a word. It's not just a fleeting emotion. It is a word. It is a concept that lives through your actions. And to extend the right actions, you first need to go back to your emotions, your feelings, your perceptions of yourself, of others in the relationship, of your intentions. And so it's a beautiful process of self-awareness, awareness of what truly matters in one's life. And so if you resonate with that, if you see some value in investing in this knowledge, in learning the tips, the tools, having the awareness, understanding what's not working, what's truly helping, then I invite you to join this community at Artemis Healing Relationships. Take care. I'll see you on the bright side.